Good day everyone. Our topic is comparative study of Latvia and Lebanon in terms of legal policy system. So, the contents, introduction, comparative police system, comparative criminal justice, comparative correctional system, comparative juvenile justice system, international criminal justice, identifying notable organized terrorism crime group. So, we are the reporter number 10, and I am Aiza Milmao, and I'm also Mera Aiza J. Aves. So, our assigned country are Latvia and Lebanon. So, the introduction of Latvia. So, the country has a term frame seasonal climate. Its capital largest city is Mera. So, Latvia belongs to ethnologic group of the Balt and speak Latvian, one of the only two surviving Baltic languages. The founding date of Latvia police is considered to be December 5th, 1918. With the transitional government of the newly proclaimed Republic of Latvia, the police councils of Latvia approved the temporary regulations of the internal security organizations, which regulated the instruction of the police forces and the under jurisdictions of the Ministry of the Interior of Latvia, led by Nicholas Volkers. The date is now commemorated in Latvia as the Day of the Police. Due to the ongoing Latvia War of Independence and lack of territory controlled by Latvian forces, at the time the forces could only begin its activities in the summer of 1919, after the Latvian army and its allies had liberated large part of the country from the Red Army. Facing a lack of qualified personnel, the police goal at the Riga prefecture was opened in the same year. After war, the force was further divided into the civil, criminal, and secret police. Latvia became a member of Interpol in 1929. After the Soviet operations of Latvia in 1940, the police forces was dissolved and around 600 former servicemen and their relatives were under the Soviet law enforcement in Latvia. SSR was primarily the task of the Soviet militia. After the restorations of the independence of Latvia, the Latvian police was restabled and 4 Jan 1991, which the approval of the law on police. One of its first unit was the 1st Police Patrol Battalion, established on April 13, 1991. The main task of the battalion, which was one of the first armed formations of the Latvian government, was to provide stability of the Supreme Council of the Latvia and strategically important building, governmental offices, radio and television, broadcasting, and constructions, and 1990. The battalion was to renamed as the Security Service of the Republic of Latvia, which was renamed into the military police in 2010. Latvia rejoined Interpol on the 4th November 1992. Organizations to stop and prevent violations of public order established by the law and mandatory regulations to protect civil rights. So let's talk about the history of police and general Lebanon. The Internal Security Force Directorate, that is called Police Lebanon, Internal Security Force Directorate. It is the national police and security force of Lebanon. The police department has a long history in Lebanon. In years as far back as 1767, constable enforced the law. Superintendent served the department from 1904 until 1909. And in 1910, the city, or then just a town, named its first chief of police to lead its police force. Many dedicated men and women have served the department over the years in a variety of roles to ensure Lebanon is well protected. As such,
on July 9, 1861, the first security agency was founded in the Motas Refe, known as the Judiciary Police. Through distinguished effort of the Mustarif Daudo Pasha, who poured his modernizing energy into his agency and commissioned an English officer named Mason with training this gendarmerie, whose personnel counted 150 officers and 740 private tasked with maintaining security in the Mustarif, Lebanon during the Mustarif Dar and Nar. So let's talk about the Latvia Law Enforcement Agency for Organized and Terrorist Crime.
So the Latvia NCB Riga plays a central role in preventing the country and surrounding regions from serving international organized crime by providing global resources and the legends about regional trends. The NCB helps police officers across Latvia to protect and investigate the flow of illicit goods along trafficking routes in the around of the country. The NCB regularly takes part in Interpol-led police operations in the region, particularly against criminal organizations involved in drugs, financial crime, and cybercrime. Investigations are also in high priority for Latvia. The NFRIGA plays a case of national rules in trafficking, terrorism, crimes against people and property, illegal immigrations, and trafficking in stolen vehicles. The NCB is part of the International Cooperation Department. They say the policeman platform from working with the international police communities in investigations and criminal matters. It is staffed by 54 police officers. The Ministry of the Interior provides law enforcement services in Latvia. Through the state of police, the Latvia State Security Service, and the state border guard. So the state of police. The Latvia state is the state of institutions that protect the individual, society, and the state of cooperation with people and organisms, respecting the principles of rules of the law and military actions. So the state revenue service task and Customs Police Department, or VIP. Then the State Revenue Service, the SRS, Tax and Customs Police Departments, the Law Enforcement Authority conduct operational activities and pretrial investigations for preventing and disclose criminal offenses and matter of the state revenue and customs. So the Corruption Prevention and Combating Bureau. So the Corruption Prevention Bureau, or the TNAB, is the leading specialized anti-corruption authority of Latvia. Latvia State Security Services, or the Latvia State or VDD, is countering an international security service which gathers information from different sources, hears it, analyzes information, senior officials about the threat, and identify to be national security as well as planning measures utilize them. So the last is the State Border Guard. So this is Border Guard founded in 1998 and reviewed in 1991 when the Latvian Ministry of Defense assigned order for the formation's 7th Border Guard battalions and individuals border control points in the streets of the region.
So let's talk about the Law Enforcement Agency for Organized and Terrorist Crime Group of Lebanon. They have Interpol. It is founded by October 15, 1949 sa Beirut is the city of Lebanon. So each of our member countries hosts an Interpol National Central Bureau, or NCB. These connect their national law enforcement with other countries and with the General Secretariat via our secure global police communication network called I-24/7. NCBs are the heart of Interpol and how we work. These seek the information needed from the other NCBs to help investigate crime of criminal in their own country, and they share criminal data and intelligence to assess another country. As part of their role in global investigation, NCB work with law enforcement agency in their own country foreign cities and sub-bureaus around the world, the General Secretariat offices worldwide. NCBs contribute national crime data to our global database in accordance with their respective national laws and cooperative controls for their investigation, operation, and arrest. So they have also Lebanese Internal Security Forces or ISF, Forces de Sécurité Intérieure in the Lebanon. It is the National Police and Security Force of Lebanon. Their mission include maintaining public order, highway patrol, counter-terrorism. So, isa dyan siya. The ISF organization include the Ministry of the Interior Inspector General, Directorate General of Internal Security Forces, Staff, Territorial Gendarmerie, Mobile Gendarmerie, Judicial Police, Central Administration, Bureau of Police, ISF, Institute, Social Services, and Commander of the Security of Embassies and Public Administration. So they have also Lebanese Armed Forces or LEF or LAF. The Lebanese Armed Forces, also known as the Lebanese Army. So it is the military of the Lebanese Republic. It consists of three branches: the ground forces, the air force, and the navy. The motto of the Lebanese Armed Forces is honor, sacrifice, and loyalty. It is founded by August 1, 1945 in Lebanon, ranked military rank of Lebanon. Their headquarters in Yarzin, Lebanon. Active personnel on this organization is 75,000. Available for military service 1,100,879 males and age of 18 to 39. So they have also 1,895,723 females age of 18 to 39. So let's move on to comparative police system, their application requirements of Latvia.
So, for the person who qualified for services, at the state of police of Latvia, they must complete the 2.5 years full-time of the 3 years part-time. First labor professional higher education program states police junior inspector at the state of police college. There are 4 specializations available: investigator, public policeman, criminal policeman, and crimes expert. The candidate selection is based on the number of physical, cognitive, memory, communications, and physiological tests. A candidate must be a Latvian citizen with 18 and 40 years of age with secondary education certificate and not have committed any international crimes for a successful applications.
The application requirements of Lebanon, we have to qualify, you must be in good health, a high school graduate, so makasunod sila ang police, isa high school graduate na sila, at least 18 years of age for civilian personnel, at least 21 years of age for sworn personnel, and then good moral character, and then so let's move on to Lebanon application requirements. You have to qualify, you must be in a good health, high school graduate, so makasunod sila police sa high school graduate lang, so at least 18 years of age for civilian personnel, at least 21 years of age for sworn personnel, good moral character, and free from any felony conviction. So let's move on to organizational structure.
So the organizational structure in Latvia, the chief of the state police presides over the central administrative department, central criminal police department, personnel department, transport department, central public order police department, press and public relations department, financial management bureau, forensic research department, internal security bureau, and the international audit unit for Mera. So the chief.
In Lebanon, we have chief of police and so on. So let's move on to the power and function of Latvia.
So the power and functions of Latvia, state of police. So the functions and the mission. So, guarantee the safety of person and society. Prevent crime offenses and other violations of law. Discuss criminal offenses and search for persons with a procedure prescribed by law of persons, institutions, and organizations in the protection of their rights and the carrying out the tasks prescribed by law and to implement within the scope of the competence administrative sanctions and agreements. So the state of border guard, may functions and mission nila. So the functions of state of border guard were drawn up the legalizations of Republic of Latvia, the screening and implementation conventions, and the state border code of control and guarding the state of border control of person, vehicles, and travel documents, prevention of illegal border crossing by the person, vehicles, guards, the other groups, detections and detention of the wanted person, documents and vehicles of state border, the activity control the state border crossing, transport and prohibited and restricted items, weapon, allowance, substance, and other animals. The supervisions and control of other observations in the foreign residents and regulations and visa control the obligatories to the locality insured the border crossing vehicles. Control the
So let's talk about the power and function and Lebanon. So Lebanon Police mission is to provide leadership, direction, and command over all activities of the police department and to maintain a highly skilled, well-trained, and effective law enforcement agency. And also police utilize both in-car and body-worn camera system to the fullest extent practicable. All members serving in a patrol function are required to use recording. So, nadali na ang police car and then Harley Davidson police motorcycle. Ang ilang galang ito mga motorcycle magigamit sa police is Harley Davidson. So, to provide the city with comprehensive, cost-effective law enforcement, communication while upholding a professional image. So, it is also to seek all sources of external grant funding and assure the Lebanon Police Department provide comprehensive full-service police and communication function to the community. So, ranks and classification.
So the highest ranks of the Latvia is the general and the low is the cadets. So the Latvian first lieutenant, so the Latvian police ranks are the same as the 80 of agencies subordinate to the Ministry of the Interior. The general rank assigned by the cabinet of ministers of the Republic of Latvia. While the second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain, major, lieutenant, colonel, and colonel rank are assigned by the Interior Ministry. A person work as a police officer in Latvia usually is earning around 820 per month. Salaries range from 380 lowest to 1,300 real highest. So this is the average monthly salary, including the housing, transport, and other benefits. Police officer salaries vary based on experiences, skill, gender, or locations.
So, in the rank classification of Lebanon, the highest rank of police in Lebanon is Major General and the lowest rank of police Lebanon is Corporal. So, from the highest, Major General, Brigadier General, Colonel, Lieutenant Colonel, Major, Captain, and then First Lieutenant, then Lieutenant, First Officer Cadet, Adjutant-in-Chief, Adjutant, Sergeant-in-Chief, Sergeant, and the lowest is Corporal. So, the person working as a police captain in Lebanon typically earn around 2,940,000 LBP or Lebanese pound per month. So, okay siya. Pero salaries range from 1,470,000 LBP or the Lebanon pound. Muna siya pinakalawis. So, diya na ang mga, for example, sa Corporal, muna ilang mga ilang salary. This is the average monthly salary including housing, transport, and other benefits. So, makuha na diya sa ilang sweldo ang ilang, like, correct sa atwa diri sa Philippines na mga SSO, paano na siya ilang sweldo. Police captain salaries vary drastically based on experience, skill, gender, or location. Salaries in Lebanon range from they have also police number 112. Let's move on to comparative criminal justice. So in Latvia,
The purpose of the criminal procedure is to determine the order of the criminal procedure, investigation of the criminal offense, criminal prosecutions, and the trial of criminal cases. That ensures the effective applications of the norms of the criminal law and the fair regulations of the criminal legal relations without unjustified investigations in the life of the person. The criminal procedure law shall be determined in procedural order in all criminal proceeding that are informed by personal authorized to perform such proceeding for criminal offenses existing within the jurisdictions of Latvia. So in section power of the criminal procedure and time. The order of criminal proceeding shall be determined by the criminal procedure. Legal norms, that is the effective of the moment of the performing of the other procedural activity, strengthening the access of justice in Latvia through fostering the recommendations and legal aid services, as well as supporting the development of judicial policies and increases quality of court management.
so in Lebanon, their general information, the Court of Justice, or in Lebanon, Al-Males Al-Aini. It is the highest court of Lebanon. The Supreme Council of Lebanon is a judicial body charged with trying president and minister in matters of impeachment. So, prosecution. In Lebanon, public prosecutor plays a central role in the course of criminal proceeding. From the preliminary phase of the investigation, the initiation of prosecution and trial. However, given recurrent reports that indicate that the right of suspect and accused person are frequently violated in the course of criminal proceeding, it appears that prosecutors are frequently violated in the course of criminal proceeding. It appears that prosecutors are not fulfilling their obligation to perform their duty fairly, consistently, and expeditiously, and respect and protect human dignity and uphold human rights, thus contributing to ensuring due process and the smooth functioning of the criminal justice system. As set out in Principle 12 of the UN Guidelines on the Rule of Prosecutors. So,
The Supreme Court of the Republic of the Latvia, or the Senate of Latvia, is the highest level court in the three-tier court system of Latvia. It deals with the criminal, civil, and administrative matters. It oversight and determined in the constitutions. The structure and the competence of the court are established by the Act on Judicial Power. So, the court consists of the Civil Cases Court, 3 departments, administrations, and 2 divisions located in the Palace of Justice and Central Region. So, since 1995, there has been 3 levels of court in Latvia. The first level court are the district, so in the city court. The second level are the regional court, and the third level is the supreme. This three-tier system ensures that the decisions of the court of first instance can be appealed or reviewed on appeal and reviewed by the accusations appeal. The court system of Latvia consists of district and regional court as well as the Supreme Court. District court are established in accordance with the administrative territorial divisions of Republic. The 5 regional court in Latvia are the second level, corresponding to the historical and existing regions of the Republic. Thus, 1 administrative court for all regions. The Supreme Court is the highest legal court, while the judgments are final parties have the right to judicial review. An international court. The Supreme Court is comprised of the Senate and the 2 chambers, civil and criminal, which is the Senate, consisting of 3 departments: civil, criminal, and administrative.
so in Lebanon, there are 3 levels of court. First, we have the trial court or means primary jurisdiction. Second, the appellate court. And the third, the cassation court or means equivalent of to Supreme Court. It should be noted that trial by jury does not exist in Lebanon. Court of first instance, of which there are 50 seats, are presided over by a single judge and deal with both civil and criminal cases. 17 of these court are in Beirut, so nasa Beirut City, sa capital city of Lebanon. Dito ang court na 17 na buo. Sa appeals may be taken to 11 courts of appeal, each made up of 3 judges. So, comparative correctional system in Lebanon. Prison condition in Lebanon do not match international standards. So, dili mag-match sila kay lahi-ilahi ko. In terms of justice, punishment, social and correctional aspect. Lebanon to Central Prison and Rimini and Zali are the only structure designed to be official jail. The 27 other prisons across the country are designed to be either police station or warehouse. Pero ang ilang mga dito, ang mga piniriso is nasa police station and then nasa warehouse kay ang isa mga kadagan sa ila ang mga prisoner. Overall, we have 29, all including the jail for women. So, they do not have the sufficient light and ventilation such as the prison of Nabitiye, Jabjini, Rashaya, Halba, Zarta, Jibel, and Gizel. The prison of Balbi, Tibrin, Alizali, the four of the prison are dedicated for women. So, naipisuan ang na-joy specific na prison for women dito sa Lebanon. And then most of the prisons are located in basement of military barracks and centers of the security forces in old serials dating back to the Ottoman era. Female must be placed in prison separate from men. So, separate ang babae to sa lalaki nga sa prison. Is one of the few separation requirements respected in Lebanese prisons. However, the Lebanese law recognizes only the gender indicate ang legal identification and not according to an individual choice. If transgender individual fails to change their sexuality on their legal identification, they will be imprisoned according to the sex state their identification. So, bisang pag transgender ka, kung unsa jud to mo ang original nga sex or gender, dito jud ka ibutang. So, this violated Rule 7 of the Mandela Rules, which state that once an individual is admitted into prison, information regarding their unique identity must be collected and their perceived gender must be respected. Head of prison, nasa lahi head of prison administration dito, si Raha Abinader. Latvia.
So, providing for prisons, Latvia prison have the same types of accommodations. Prisoners per cell. However, some retain their mandatory types accommodations from Soviet era. A prisoner per dormitory. The norms for level space in prisons for one convicted person and dormitory cell types per premises shall not be less than 2.5 square meter for men and 3 square meter for women, and minor and solitary cells not less than 9 square meter. The living space in remand prisons for one remand prisoner shall not be less than 3 square meters. Latvia prisoner system and the legacy of the Soviet prisons system and consequently many as poor conditions, large dormitories, overcrowding of cells, strong international prisoner hierarchies, and still disrespect of human rights will remain. Several persons are located in buildings older than 100 years and have large dormitories accommodating up to 30 sufficiently even by extensive renovations work, the government decided to build a new prison, closing several of the existing 12 prisons in 2013. Latvia government decided to allocate amount of 7 million euro in 5 years to the build of new prison. There are 3 regime types of Latvia prison. Closed, so divided in lower, medium, and higher level. Semi-closed, divided in lower and higher level, and open prisons for adults.
So, comparative juvenile justice system.
So, in so the comparative juvenile justice system in Latvia, the management and calling the prisons by the other names is like institutions or home. Then outside, muni lang tawagan nila yung sa cases, correctional institution for underage children. So the cases, muna siyang taon para dito sa mga juvenile, mga bata, mga criminal. It is situated 100 kilometers northwest of Latvia, capitals Riga, and houses 140 young men between the age of 14 and 21. As soon as the youngsters turn to 21, they are transferred to adult facilities. So every Wednesday, the inmate have free time for a couple of hours and afternoon where they have to clean their dorm room, but there is also time to read a book. Total capacity of juvenile penal institutions, which refers to legal justicia, is 184.20 for girls, then 10 remain prisoner, then convicted personnel, 174 for boys, 50 remain prisoner, 140 convicted prisoner, 221.82 providing for juvenile person and dormitory cell types premises shall not be less than 3 square meter for minor and solitary cells not less than 9 square meter for living space and remain person of 1 remaining prisoner shall not be less than 3 square meters. During the inmate free time, some boys are eating soap and playing cards while the warden is keeping an eye on the actions. In Latvia, the official standard for living space for juvenile personnel is 3 square meter. In the sections for sentence of personnel, juvenile are accumulate the large dormitory types of room for 20 to 22 inmates in 8 units. The boys are not allowed newspaper or televisions because they are not have any influence from the outside world. But the boys see pages from the magazine and hang them on the walls. So the boys in cases correctional facility for juveniles are allowed about once a week every Wednesday. The new criminal law extended the maximum prison sentence length for juveniles 14 to 15 years. Training of children in cases personnel were convicted charges of murder. According to the Latvian law, juvenile personnel are entitled to at least one short visit of relatives or other person once a week for up to 1 hour in reserve for a person officer and 1 phone call a week, not shorter than 5 minutes, but a person rarely gets the public to outside world. In March 2005, a juvenile person was killed by hanging by 2 fellow prisoners. On July 28, the Quezon District Court sentenced both killers and So, ang sagaran ko ay juvenile sa kuan sa Latvia is mga kuan murderer.
So, comparative juvenile. So, in Lebanon, their juvenile justice system sa rehabilitation ang juvenile offender between the age of 15 and 18. Although the law reduced sentence and exceptional cases for offender aged 15 to 18 who had committed serious crime such as sentence were counterbalanced by the power given to judge to defer execution of sentences or to replace them with a rehabilitation measure where the offender was not deprived of his or her freedom. The crime most frequently committed by minors is ang pagpangawat, theft. 18 years of age is considered criminally responsible. As for Lebanon, a juvenile is every male or female under 18 years of age. So, ang kuha nila is 1 to 17 years old. If a younger than 18 commits a criminal act punishable by death or life sentence with hard labor, he shall be detained from 5 to 15 years. So, naay kuhaan ka ng possible nga panisyan sila o kanang death. If excessive act nila, excessive crime nila lang ba. And then, international criminal justice in Lebanon. The activities of the criminal court established to investigate the alleged war crime in former Yugoslavia and Rwanda, the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia or ICTY, and the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda or UNICR are based on suspicion of war crime or other breaches against international humanitarian law or IHL. The International Criminal Court or ICC situated in The Hague was also established to investigate this type of crimes in 2012. Lebanon judiciary has finally recognized that foreign are being detained illegally after their sentence ends. So wala sila yung specific na example about ani. So now it's up to the government to make sure its security service complies. Under existing practice, when a foreign detainee finish serving his or her sentence, the internal security force which manage the prison or the criminal do not release the person but rather refer the case to general security, regardless of whether the court has ruled that the person should be deported after the sentence ends. Many of these foreign detainees are kept for months before they are either released or deported. So mostly, mas na dito atong aning nga country before sila dyan ma-feeling nga pwede siya makalakaw. So mga example aning nga buhat aning mga foreign mga criminal like example aning drug crimes, homicide, criminal attempt, conspiracy, and hiding and abetting. Federal crime, cybercrime, and juvenile crime. So, nagba sila abuse sila sa mga bata. Sex crime, thief crime, traffic offense, and violent crimes. So, let's talk about the Latvia.
One example na siya sa genocide. Execution of a criminal command of a criminal order by the person was executed in the jurisdiction. And only those cases when the person did not know of the criminal nature of the command or the order and it was not manifest. In such cases, criminal liability shall none apply in crimes against humanity and peace. War crimes or genocide has been committed. So, if foreign committed a crime which against by law, automatically the applicable sentence is deprivation of liberty for a terms of not less than 5 years and not exceeding 15 years. So with or without police supervision for a term not exceeding 3 years. To be found guilty of committing a crime offense and to impose a criminal punishment may be done by a judgment of a court and in accordance with the law. Only a person who is guilty of committing a crime offense, that is one who deliberately and intentionally, or although negligent, has committed an offense which is out of this law and which has all the constituent elements of the criminal offense, may be held criminally liable and punished. A person who has committed a crime offense outside the territory of Latvia under aircraft, sea or river vessels or other floating means of conveying the conveying and resistance in the Republic of Latvia, and if it is not provided otherwise in the international agreement, building upon the Republic of Latvia shall be held liable in accordance with the law. Custody arrest. Custodial arrest is the holding of a person in short-term compulsory imprisonment. Number 2, custodial arrest shall be determined for a term of not less than 3 days and not exceeding 6 months, wherein reservated custodial arrest for a fine. A term that exceeding 1 year may be defined for such. And number 3, during a term of custodial arrest, a person will be involved in performing and stable public work as determined by the local government. Number 4, soldiers shall be served their sentence in the guardhouse. Number 5, custodial arrest will not be applied to a pregnant woman and mother caring for an infant not exceeding 1 year of age.
So, identify notable organized group in Latvia.
So, in Latvia, organized crime in Latvia is common, particularly due to the Latvian position in the European continent. Legally, immigration, human trafficking, and corruptions are problems that organized crime group in Latvia take advantage and frequently. As of 2014, 70 organized crime group operate in Latvia. So, wala kayo siya, wala kayo pinagtignan pag-research na po kasi hindi ko na ganito at sa iyong organized mo rin ihatag niya.
So, in Lebanon, we have Lebanese mafia. So, it is a colloquial terms of organized crime group which origin from Lebanon and Lebanon. Lebanese organized crime is active in the country of Lebanon itself, as well as in countries and area with a large Arab community, most notable United Kingdom, Austria, Germany, and in the tribal frontier in South America. Lebanese organized crime syndicate generally are active globally, largely due to the mass Arab population. For the past decades, the Arabs crime families had controlled 78% of Germany underworld activities. So, example, they have Chechen Mafia, video arms trafficking, assault, ground trafficking, extortion, fraud, murder, prostitution, the thief, money laundering, and countering, and kidnapping. So, here is crime group in Latvia.
So, for the time being in Latvia, there have not been detected any terrorism activities with the Latvian terrorism. However, the Latvian government was adopting the Latvian counter-terrorism policy in order to ensure the appropriate preventive measures and place due to regards to events taking place abroad to avoid the potential endangerment for the national interest. In particular, Latvia as a member of state of Ukraine complies with its requirements regarding the fight against terrorism. Furthermore, Latvia continues to work to improve the security of the objects and infrastructure that might become a target for state institutions of international organizations to take any action or detain therefrom or for the purpose of harming the interest of the state or its important or international issues.
So, in Lebanon, we have 4 terrorist crime group. It is, we are Hezbollah, and then ISIS, Hamas, and Abdullah Azim Brigades. So, ang Hezbollah dire, the militant Shiite Muslim group in Lebanon, designated as a foreign terrorist, is a Lebanese Shia Islamist political party and militant group led by its Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah since 1992. So, ang ISIS, in 2020, the United States provides security assistance and training to the Lebanese Armed Forces or LAF and work with the Lebanon law enforcement organization such as as the Internal Security Forces or ISF to enhance their counter-terrorism capabilities and investigate and prosecute local terrorism cases. And then the Hamas, a militant movement and one of the Palestinian territories, two major political parties and terrorist organization because of its armed resistance against Israel, which has included suicide, bombings, and a rocket attack. So, the last one, Abdullah Azam Brigades, a double suicide bombing outside the Iranian embassy in Beirut. So, sinamot sila dito sa capital city of Lebanon. And then, which killed at least 22 people and wounded over 140 people. The group said that a bombing was retaliation for Iranian, which fight of the Syrian government side in the current Syrian civil war and